On this episode of At the D Spot, we're trying out a new themed restaurant in Las Vegas that's gonna take you back to the 80s. Let's go. If you're new to At the D Spot, thank you so much for tuning in. And to my returning D-Stars, welcome back, and I love you all.
Back to the 80's Cafe and More is located just east of the Las Vegas Strip on Maryland Parkway, right in front of the UNLV campus entrance. Upon arrival, you're thrust into an 80's theme with a replica of the Ecto 1 vehicle from the Ghostbusters movie and large posters of 80's icons like David Bowie, Madonna, Prince, and Michael Jackson. Walking in, I was greeted with a welcome back to the 80's by a doppelganger version of George McFly. This place is covered with memorabilia from the 80's, lining the walls as well as the ceilings. Those nostalgic for the 80's now have a place to go in Las Vegas.
Walking into this place is like stepping into my childhood. So much memorabilia, so much nostalgia, and I'm so excited to share it with you.
Menus are laminated on the counter with descriptions or above your head on a classic plastic menu letterboard. The menu at Back to the 80's and More consists of mainly appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, a few salads, and milkshakes. Oh, and don't forget the slushies. I asked the employee behind the counter for his recommendations as I usually do, and he recommended the Smoky In The Banded burger, the Reuben sandwich, the chili cheese pastrami fries, and to wash it all down, a Captain Crunch milkshake. After you order your food, there's a self-serve soda fountain to the left, and they give you a number to take to your table so that they can bring you your food.
Oh my God, everyone, the vibes in this place, they're amazing.
After ordering my food, I walked around and took a stroll down memory lane. The theming in this restaurant is heavy here, from the decor, memorabilia, and character lookalikes to the names of the food. Walking through the dining room, you're greeted with 80 show posters like Alf, V, Pee Wee Herman, Star Wars, there's Barbie memorabilia, Rainbow Bright, original laser tag, and the list goes on and on. My milkshake was the first thing to come out, and I got the Captain Crunch, which was Captain Crunch cereal blended with vanilla ice cream and topped with whipped cream and caramel. And oh my goodness, this milkshake was so delicious. Awesome balance of flavors. I love the little crunchy bits of cereal in the milkshake. It made it for me. This milkshake was so good that I can honestly come back just for the milkshake. Next up was my Smoky In The Banded burger, and this was a 3rd-pound Angus beef burger with bacon, fried onion ring, barbecue sauce, melted Swiss, lettuce, tomato, pickle served on a toasted bun with garlic aioli. The burger was piled high, huge, and filling. This newly opened Back to the 80's Cafe and More allows 80's babies to take a trip down memory lane. As a side from my burger, I chose the Tetris tots. Yes, their tater tots are in the shape of Tetris pieces. Any Nintendo fans out there? I arrived at the restaurant just at opening, and within a few minutes, it was starting to get packed.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. I know you want to.
Next up were the chili cheese pastrami fries. These seasoned fries were covered in chili cheese and pastrami. OMG, those fries are fire. These fries are loaded, delicious, and a meal all on their own. This place has so many 80s collectibles. Walking into the dining room, it was so weird walking into a place that looked like the Saved by the Bell's Max Cafe. Anybody remember the Garbage Pail Kids? They also have classic board games from the 80s as well. Next up was the Paul Reuben sandwich, which was grilled pastrami and melted Swiss cheese with homemade sauerkraut, Thousand Island dressing, and served on toasted marble rye bread. Full disclosure, I tried this sandwich because it was recommended to me, but I'm not really a fan of sauerkraut. But all that being said, the sandwich was still tasty. If you're a Reuben sandwich lover, this will be right up your alley. I'd have to say that the food at Back to the 80s and More Cafe was good, decent, not the best burger that I've had in Las Vegas, but the vibes and the nostalgia, the memorabilia were everything. I'll definitely be back to try out some of the other menu items. There is also a bar area at Back to the 80s Cafe and More. Walking in, you're greeted with some classic horror figures like Chucky, Michael Myers, and Beetlejuice. There are album covers above your head and actually vinyl albums along the wall at knee level. Dayglow paintings of the 80s music giants like Bowie and Madonna also adorn the walls. A small stage in the front will soon be used for karaoke and comedy. Thanks, Back to the 80s and More. See you soon.
Thank you so much for going on this absolutely amazing 80s themed inspired journey with me. I'm Danny, you're at the D Spot, and remember, be good to one another. We're all connected. Till next time. Let me know in the comments down below of a new spot, a hidden gem, or an old favorite that you want me to hit in Las Vegas. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.